Okay, I'm just waiting for my streaming hosting thing of choice to kick in and tell me how many people are watching me. I don't think it's too many. I don't really get very many viewers on my streams. I stream at a bad time. I just blame time zones. It's like 7 in the morning US Central Time, so I completely understand why nobody is here. Like apparently I'm streaming, but my streaming thingy is saying that I'm offline. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit. This app really is not very good at all. Well, apparently it's all fine, so I'm going to keep going. I have no idea how many people are watching me though, but whatever. And again, I'm under the assumption right now that audio and all that is fine. No one's actually commented on it yet, so I'm just hoping that's the case. Cathedral of Cascades. This is where we first meet demons. And I actually, you know, there's nothing wrong with the design of the angels in this game. They're fine. It's just mechanically in this game they are not great. But to sort of go into detail more about the Illumined Sage, I think that he's fine. Like, all of his attacks are pretty clearly cued, except for that spear toss one, which can come way too quickly, and can come from off screen as well, which is a whole lot of bullshit. So, I just wish... When's the next time we fight him? Inside Insidious? I guess that's a largely non-dramatic fight. So it's probably the best one in terms of fighting him. Definitely not the first time though. Actually can't turn around here, that's great. Not that I wanted to, I just want to see if what I could do, if anything. So we added a new animal form for Bayonetta, which was just because we needed to traverse water faster in some way. And it's kind of clunky. Also, I am intensely offended that they gave Jeanne a centipede. Like, do centipedes even go underwater to begin with?
Wake up.
Although that's like a really dumb criticism because it's not like a snake or a cobra are underwater animals. But a centipede of all goddamn things.
Wake up.
Like, surely some other elongated animal could have been a better choice, but it's not a centipede. Like, can't you just do various flavors of snakes? I can't think of too many animals that are long and cylindrical.
Do you really think it's safe to play dead with someone who can make you dead?
Men like to gamble, love.
Risking everything for nothing. Seems about right. I know another little boy just like that.
Sounds like my kind of guy. Maybe a bit of a pervert, though.
What's with this implication that Luca is a pervert? Like, in what way is he a gross pervert? Please explain to me, love.
Let's go. We're almost to the cathedral.
Like an eel? I think an eel would have been a little bit better. Like, I know that there aren't too many actual underwater animals they could have used that are snakes, and I don't even know why they went for, like, snake-shaped things. I guess a fish would have been too ridiculous. awkward to control. Like, I can understand that it's more difficult to have some sort of animal form that has to navigate 3D space as opposed to, you know, just running on flat ground, but it's just kind of awkward. Excuse me. Oh god. And yeah, you can swim fast by mashing jump, but it's just all a little bit strange. I couldn't see what the hell was going on there, and that was purely based on audio cues which I could barely hear. That should be it, right? Yes, okay. Now there is a Muspelheim up here, I think it is. I think this one's a use danger weapons? A venomous swimming centipede in Thailand. That feels like Australia should have that animal instead. I forget the difference between venomous and poisonous, but yeah. Which time disabled? Oh no. So I haven't really talked about the enemies in this game and why they're not as well designed. I have sort of talked about how every enemy having the same audio cue to signify different attacks is not good. And you may wonder why I think that. You may not understand why I think that, rather. In the first game, and I do talk about this in terms of my understanding from the first game because I'm not in any way as some sort of person who is knowledgeable about video games. I just know what I know from Bayonetta 1. In Bayonetta 1, every attack has unique, or, you know, it's got very distinct audio cues that you know. So when you hear a certain audio cue, you know, they're going to do an overhead swing, or they're going to do a swipe, or they're going to do a trumpet blast. They're very distinct audio cues. The problem in this game here is that we have the same generic swinging, metallic, whatever sound for every single attack. And me as a player, you sort of become conditioned to think, okay, when I hear that sound, I know I need to press dodge now, because the audio cue helps you to train yourself to know when to dodge, basically. And in this game, where this audio cue is the same, and you have different attack animations, you end up dodging too early, which was you could kind of see in this fight just now. So that is a massive problem in this game. It's not very well designed. Like, I think the first time I sort of encountered that problem was those weird sword, I think they're called Catch It or Compassion, I forget which one. The flying sword, tiny little angels that you fight. They have the generic sound effect, and the timing to actually dodge their just generic, I think they've got a 3-swing combo for their sword attack, is just a little bit off from the first enemy you encounter, which also has that sound effect, which is the basic centaurs. So it's really like, if they had just fixed up the audio cues, I would feel less bitter about this game, because then I could say, oh, okay, that seems fair. but it doesn't seem fair when you've got the same audio cue and the same flash for different timings of dodging. So that's my problem with this game. One of the numerous problems I have with this game, rather. We all know by now that I have a shitload of problems with this game. That's why they allowed you to do bat within a dodged animation. And you know what that encourages to me? It encourages mashing the dodge button. And I don't know if about you guys, but when I play Bayonetta, I don't mash. I actually time everything. Which may seem crazy to some people who actually do mash, like say the Parry animation or something, but I actually time it. And it just reinforces the fact that this game is just meant to be a button masher rather than anything skilled. Just why it kind of drives me crazy when you people see, like, there was some person on YouTube a while back when this game first came out who was going around shitting on Jean players because that's a thing. You can say, I am exclusively a Jean player, which just is dumb. Oh, and this fucking bit here, it's just so stupid. Okay. Oh yeah. Gotta get rid of you. I actually don't mind conceptually. Those, I guess, mage angels? I don't know what you call them. I don't mind the concept of angels that enrage enemies because it's I think actually a good addition to the game. Because otherwise in Bayonetta in general, you would not really be introduced to the concept of what enrages enemies and why you use them. So this sort of makes it more transparent to the player. Ah yes, this does this, I should kill that thing first. Crows. Okay. Another thing which bothers me in this game about the bat within / moth within thing is just how much wider the window is for it. Like, I feel like in this game I can press the dodge button very late and still get moth within. And this is coming from someone who is used to the moth within timing or bat within timing in the first game, which is pretty damn tight. It just feels like an eternity. You know, it just makes it less rewarding.
Here we are.
Like, a large part of my criticisms for this game basically boil down to why did they make it easier? I'm gonna twiddle my gamepad's nipples real hard right now. God knows if you didn't know about the double rotating stick thing, because that takes forever. But yeah, I actually like the design of the demon enemies in this game. They got that more mechanical feel, and fighting these guys is actually pretty fun. Except when I remember completely bitching and raging about it on Twitter when I was going through my Infinite Climax playthrough. I think it's in the depths where you run back to sort of the beginning of the level and you fight 2 or 3 of them at the same time, and it was such a fucking clusterfuck. Like, you just basically had to mash dodge, which is why playing as Jean is so much easier in this game, because she has infinite dodges.
Let's do this.
I don't really understand also the point of this dizzying animation for a lot of enemies, because you can't actually do anything with them. I think the only thing you actually can do when they've got those stars over their heads is grab them with the whip. Like, you can't launch them any easier than normally. You can't. Yeah, it's yeah, Greed's a. Is it Greed? Oh, yeah, Greed's the dog enemy. No, I'm okay with Greed. Quite frankly, Fairness and Fearless have more terrible bite attacks than they do. And that ice attack has a really, really wide window, so it's not a huge problem for me. No, everyone hates Sloth. Sloth is terrible. I think in my Infinite Climax playthrough, again, I'm going to talk about that because that really epitomizes my problems with this game. There's one Muspelheim which I was not able to complete because I just did not want to bother with it. And that was also in the depths. And I think it was a don't get hit with a sloth. And I think that was my second playthrough, so I just did not want to do that. Oh yeah, this is a don't touch the ground Muspelheim, which I don't fully understand the purpose of. I may actually fail this a couple of times because some of the combos will make you drop in the ground. Or maybe not, who knows. Just gonna hit back and hit this all the time. It should work. Can you hear my furious whipping? I think this one becomes extra trivial once you have the... Oh, can you get it at this point? No, you can't. Like, I think on my third Climax playthrough, the only Muspelheim that actually made me think a little bit was the last one that you actually do, or the second to last one. The one in the Truth chapter where you have to don't touch the air with a beloved. That's actually kind of challenging. But the rest of them are basically completely trivial. At least for a player like me, mwahaha. Like, I get a lot of my criticisms coming from the fact that I know the first game so well, so... oh god, no. take my opinions with a grain of salt. Yes, I think I remember in my LP I actually got the I got this weapon first before doing that one. Not that I needed to. This fight though, it is annoying.
Is that all you've got? So close.
There's that issue again that I talked about in the other chapter. The whole, I'm about to kill an enemy, but the thing before the cool finisher killed it, so I guess got like some lame ass finisher. Let's jump back down here and do this fight. Can I go to Redux? Nope. Okay. Nice. She had no clue whether I'd finished that fight yet. Wonderful. Now, where is... I wonder if the crow goes away once this fills up with water. Huh, it does. Yeah, I do feel like, so someone in the chat's talked about multiple AIs being in the same space together. It really does feel like they didn't really think about how these AIs would interact with each other. And it does, they do seem to follow the whole tenet of one enemy attacking at a time. But enemies attack so much more relentlessly in this game. And it just feels really cheap. Like, I remember how they talked about, I think in Kamiya's playthrough, how initially when Grace and Glory were designed, they were too hard. So they had to design them so that the AI only allowed them to... If one is attacking you, then the other one sort of steps back and does nothing.
I think he'll do great.
Chernobog. Damn good. And a really lame... Well, I think, pretty lame fragrance. Actually, do I have access to... Nope. What is the point then? Like, there's not even any point really to saving your money for this accessory anymore. I think I did cover that in my LP, but I'll say it again. You don't really get you do get extra witch time for this, for doing a perfect parry, but sometimes it's not very much, because the amount of witch time you get now is based on the attack you dodge, not a sort of flat, you dodge this attack you get 3 or 4 seconds of witch time, extensible to 6 seconds. No, it's dependent on the attack you dodge, which is why sometimes you dodge an attack and it feels like you just barely get enough time to breathe, and then you don't have witch time anymore. So it's really quite useless. Why would I bother parrying when it doesn't give me extra magic? It doesn't really give me any extra magic. Sorry, it doesn't really give me any extra witch time either. And witch time, like, why would I bother with the extra witch time when I can just dodge more easily and get the same magic output? I can see how this argument kind of boils down to why would I bother with this when this is easier. It's like, yes, sometimes the path of least, sometimes the path of more resistance, whatever you want to call it, is the better way, but I feel like there's very little benefit for doing it. In this bit. Oh boy.
This is it. The bridge to the heavens should be
Massive
right above us.
walking and talking section.
Sure? Not really.
Not really, huh? But you're
Did-
right. This is
like,
it.
in
Call it a
the
woman's
yesterday's
intuition.
stream, someone said how it was kind of Gears of War that sort
Women's
of made this sort of
What kind
made
of silly
this
comic book shit is that? You still don't know a
trend
thing
popular
about
in
me.
games.
Let's just say
But
I have plenty of experience.
Gears of War
with
was
nothing
like
coming to
pre
mind.
Bayonetta 1, wasn't it?
What?
I spent 500 years not knowing who I was.
It-
I only
it's
found
just-
out the truth recently.
Not a
You
huge
too?
fan of them.
Listen, I don't remember a thing. Nothing. I don't even know why I'm so damn sure I need to go to that mountain. But I know
And it's really funny
I
because
have
this
to.
conversation between the two of them is meant to
It's
sort
all
of
I
be
know.
building character. For
Does
some
that make
reason
any
now
sense?
Bayonetta is, she feels more
Calm down, little
comfortable
one.
sort of
Can't let the girls know
Um,
you've got a heart.
exposing herself
It's not
emotionally
like that.
and talking about how,
If that's
yes,
what
I
you
didn't
do,
know myself either. I mean,
that's
I
all it
understand what
was
you're
sent
going
to
through.
me. Just believe.
It's like a massive bit of
That's
character
what I did.
development and they just sort of gloss over it with this
Bayonetta.
walk and talk section. Like that's how I think you're supposed to be able to buy that why she cares for Loki, because she can relate to what he's going through or something. But yeah, why the fact that it got relegated to a walk and talk section as opposed to a cutscene, I don't know. There's the other crow, but we're not bothering with that today. And by the way, all these faces you can touch and get halos. Pretty sure you can. Yeah. So I think I talked about it in the last video where I said that it felt like only the first level really had all those touchscreen bits, but yeah, I guess I was wrong. Accidental parries, the best thing. I do wonder why, even in 1 you get accidental parries, why that happens, and why you don't do like the follow-up like animation for it. No, don't do that. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure I showed this off in my video, but is it Fidelity that they're called? Those mage dudes. They have like a suicide bomb attack when they're close to dying. And they'll sort of rear themselves in the air and it's like, ah, I'm gonna die, and they kind of try to chase you down and grab onto you and then explode. Like, that is such a really bizarre Wicked Weave, that the second kick in that combo, the PPKKK combo here. Like, I guess it launches enemies, but PKK is a lot nicer. Oh, this is a pretty long cutscene and we're gonna watch it all, dudes. We're gonna watch it all. Yeah, what are
I remember
those
this.
Huh?
mage dudes called? I don't remember. Like, I really am, it really shows my lack of familiarity with this game that I don't even remember the name for those things. They're just the enraptures. Okay, yeah, some in the chat got it. Too bad I don't know my, like, comic book references better, because something Gambit, I think.
You again? Oh, hey.
Mouthy brat
Everyone
kid.
is such a dick to everyone in this game. I
I see
don't
you're
understand this tone they went for in
How
this
did you
game.
get here?
Like in the first game, everyone sort of hated each other,
I'm the
but it's more
great
whimsical. Whereas
L-U-K-A
like
Luca.
this one's more
I didn't
more
go through
openly
all these
contempt
ridiculous
of
ordeals
everyone
to just
else.
randomly show up in
Mouthy
opportune
brat
places.
kid. Yeah, that's something you say to a random
See.
teenager child.
Risking everything for nothing. Told you I knew someone just like that. So, what are you after this time?
Oh, loads of stuff. For instance, I found this really great place for seafood. They do an amazing sardine meuniere.
It really
But more
feels
importantly,
like
I'm investigating an old Noah Toon store.
long range attacks will
known
give you
as
more witch
the
time,
Legend
and
of
close range
Aesir.
ones will just give you like I think it's 2 seconds
Legend
or
of
something of
Aesir?
witch time. I guess theoretically speaking, because you're further away
This
from the enemy, you
fairy
need
tale
the
is-
more time to actually close the
Actually, this
distance.
might
But
have
you have
something to
Umbran
do with
Spear,
you,
which is
Bayonetta.
goddamn amazing in this game.
You don't say.
The
And it
Legend
seems
of
really, it
Aesir.
just seems to me very contrary to
legend
what the
from the
first game
dawn of
taught you,
time.
which was to get up in enemies' faces. Whereas in
Nobody
this game,
knows
it's sort of
where the
like,
world
don't do
came
that, hang back, hold shoot,
A
and wait till
struggle
they attack
caused the
you.
trinity of realities to be split into 3 realms: light, darkness, and chaos. Obviously, our world was
This
the one
cutscene
born
does
from
feel pretty
chaos.
lazy, by the way.
The
Like you
3
think
worlds
in the
all
first
needed
game they would have
rulers,
done something like a
most
film
of all
strip, you know,
ours.
at least a film strip
and
kind
the
of
one that ruled the chaos
cutscene, but this is
became
just
known
really good
as
to
Aesir.
slow pan across
Aesir
an
spent
image.
the first eternity quietly looking upon the earth from his holy mountain.
Although I
where
guess
we
if they
only see
animated
reality
these little
and make it match
pictures,
our
it would have
rules
been
of the world.
not really
Aesir
in the
saw
style of the
through
game.
reality, and those visions became our world. These
Hello,
observations became
Nazgul.
Aesir's power.
Wow.
Aesir's
Yeah, I
eyes
gotta
were
next time I
truly the
stream,
eyes that
which will
created the
probably
world.
be I don't know if I should stream it on
However,
weekdays because I'm pretty sure I'll
Aesir
get even
pitied
less
the
viewers.
humans for their naivete
But next time I
and
stream,
lack
I
of
will
free
try to
will.
actually
So the
spend the
power to
time
wield it was
beforehand
split
to
into
put an
2
overlay in
equal
my
halves,
stream so that people
and entrusted
watching
each to humanity's
post stream
instincts.
know who the hell I'm
The
talking
right
to.
eye of light and the left eye of darkness.
Like I haven't even
By
really looked into
dividing
that
the
sort of thing
power
because
of
I've
the
never
eyes
really
of
been an
Aesir,
avid streamer. Like if I
humans
was an avid
gained free
streamer, I
will.
would probably
Now
yes, I would
choose.
set up a webcam of myself
With
in a
control of the
low
eyes of
cut
the
top
world,
and
The eyes
wear
that
cute
determine
headphones
destiny.
and
Humans could
do all
choose
that
their own
nonsense.
paths. They awoke to their own identities. Man is but a reed, the most feeble thing in nature. But now we were
So
thinking.
someone in the chat says, I don't like
and
how
we
this
took
game
our
tries to
first
do
big
everything the
step
first game did,
towards
but in a
grand
different
prosperity.
fashion. It does
The
really
inheritors
feel
of the
like this
eyes of
game
Aesir
doesn't
have been
really
granted the
try
power
to
of creation.
make its own mark on the
eyes.
series. It really is just a retelling of the first game.
That's right. The eyes of the world.
Oh, fucking hell,
Controlled
Luke,
by
you're
a
so
luminous
hideous
flame,
in this shot. I
Umbra
hate you.
Witch.
I hate you.
Eyes? The world?
But yeah,
However, the influence.
I
of
guess
the
technically
light eye,
plot-wise it's
the
pretty,
one controlled by the
kind of
sages,
different, but
left this world forever with the death.
a lot of
the
it
final
is
sage.
just like, oh, you did that too, huh? The first game did that.
Do the natural disasters that are occurring right now have something to do with the loss of the right eye? And what will happen to our planet? Those are the truths I'm after.
And this is, even this
And
is
the
now,
truth will
is
always
Luca's
be the
patented truth speech.
So if the
In
truth
1,
is
it
here,
was in chapter
then
5.
so am I.
Here it's in
And I think
chapter
the key
5,
to
I
that
think.
truth
Or
is
chapter
that
6? Is this chapter 6 or 5?
Fimbulventer.
How do you find these things?
I've done my homework. Would you expect anything less from the marvelous, magnificent, magnanimous Luca?
And why did you kick him? Why are you such a bitch to everyone?
Bayonetta! Get on!
Oh, and by the way, one thing I really like about this game is the complete lack of progression. Like, we spent this entire chapter going up the mountain apparently, and then, whoops, at the end of it, we're not going to be there anymore. So in my LP I did actually bother to try using all the weapons that we got, but I know that Unname's trash, so I'm not gonna bother with them. I don't even know what the hell they do. I do like how this game actually gives you health. Where are you, dude? Are you here? Where did you go? Luca deserves to be kicked into the ether and land on his face on a bunch of stairs. Oh, and this next section coming up, I don't really get it. It's really fun. It's like I guess it's just in the same way of the first game where it mixes up the gameplay, but the gameplay is just literally hold back and press dodge. Although I guess technically speaking the first game did that as well, but it was a full-on game, almost like the outline of it basically. Oh yeah, you don't even need to press a direction, you just let like Loki just run by himself. Oh yeah, shit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I forget what this guy's name is, but I don't understand why the fire dude got an intro, but not the ice dude. And I'm pretty certain that even though there are elemental enemies, at the very least they could have done is add elemental weaknesses to fire and ice or something, but... Also, I think Madonna Butterfly looks really good in this game. So I'm not a huge fan of seeing her. It was better when she was just concept art and hands and fate. Feels like I shouldn't have gotten much time to do that. I'm not gonna complain. It just feels like I dodged the flash. It's bizarre.
You've been naughty.
I always think it's really funny that bit there because you'd think that Loki would get a full smack in the face in this with this spiky tetrahedron, but nope.
Like my
It does look like they did reset me to full health. That's really interesting. Okay, so again, I'm gonna stop the stream temporarily, and then I'll be back in a minute, but I'm just gonna wait until the stream catches up with me, because, yeah, there's a delay. And for those of you who wonder why I don't stream on twitch.tv, that would be the reason why, because the delay is much, much bigger. At least I believe that's still the case anyway. So I will see you guys very soon. I have no idea where I am. Bugger. Oh, for fuck's sakes.